Good morning, everyone. It's Friday. I'm Jennifer Coy, the CEO of Beauty Care Choices, and you are joining us on You Have Beauty Care Choices. This is an educational program where we collaborate with different brands that we retail here at Beauty Care Choices to give you a little bit more about the brands that you choose to use, where they're coming from, what their key points are, and we bring in one of their top educator salespeople to really give us something direct from the brand. There's nothing like hearing it from somebody who has heard it from the creator. And that's why I'm really excited today. We have someone with us that has been in the industry for over 20 years. She's worked with many major brands such as L'Oreal, GM Collins Skincare, Glow Skin Beauty. So we're talking hair care, skin care, cosmetics. Kari has been in the industry. She's also a business coach for salons. So not just an educator, but she also knows the business and the ins and outs of the salon industry. So I'll be really excited to get her perspective kind of also on how we as beauty professionals are hanging in there in this troubling different times. So please welcome to the show, Kari Graziose, Regional Sales Director with ColorProof. Hi, Kari. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
It's great to have you. So you have finally found a home at ColorProof, and what a great fit for you. Why did you choose ColorProof to join?
That is such a great question. And yes, I've worked with several different companies. I've worked with brands. I've worked with distributors. But when I really started thinking about it, I took a little trip into the skincare world. And I enjoyed it, absolutely. But I really found that my true passion and love is in hair care. Okay. Working with the stylist, working with the creative minds, working with the salon owners. And I contacted Jim Markham. I found out that he, created a new brand since I had worked with him in the past.
So let's tell everybody who Jim Markham is. Jim Markham is the creator of Pureology, and he is also the creator of ColorProof. So go ahead.
Yes. So he is an amazing, amazing creator of brands. He is also a hairstylist. He has been in the industry for, many years. He used to be a celebrity artist back in his heyday in the 70s. So he's got this huge background. But the greatest thing about it is that he really wanted to create a brand that truly was natural and clean ingredients, especially with how we are evolving as a society nowadays. There's so many things in our environment. There's so many things that we eat, that are harmful for us, and we really don't realize it over a period of time. I noted, especially as I started getting older, that's when you really become aware of these things, and you're just like, oh my gosh.
Your body becomes less tolerant, right?
Yes. So I contacted Jim, we started talking, and it just became such a great fit. We had so much in common as far as what we wanted to do with our careers and with the brand, and I'm so excited to be on board. The team is absolutely amazing, so supportive, and I love the clients, the people who are such passionate people for ColorProof, but also just for their clients and for the industry.
That's beautiful. What a great passionate story about where you're at. And there's nothing better than working with something you feel passionate about. So Pureology was a kind of a, groundbreaking brand at the time, way back when he created that brand of being clean and pure. And that's since been sold to L'Oreal, and now he's got this new baby, ColorProof, which we're going to talk about today. And he's been able to utilize all of his knowledge to then create the next evolution, and he calls it the Color Care Authority. And every product in the brand is all about color preserving and heat protection, right? That's what's the biggest philosophy and overall kind of factors of ColorProof.
So that was another thing that really attracted me, was that this company has been 100% vegan since day one. It awesome. Is created and founded in California, which I'm a Californian.
Newport Beach. Love that area. That is so beautiful.
It's beautiful. And then the other thing is that with the formula is he's created this advanced color last system. So this is a system that provides protection, it preserves, and it also protects. So I mean, you got to think about it. So you got the repair, the preserve, and the protect, which is big when you're thinking about hair, and especially when you're thinking about preserving and protecting color.
Color treated hair, yes.
Yeah, that's hard to do. So with that, he has been able to really create this formula that adds color protection, but also another layer on it. And that's where we get the heat protection. So we have a heat protection up to 450 degrees, which I don't know about you, but as you can tell, I use a lot of heat tools. I blow dry my hair, I curl my hair, I do all kinds of things. So it's a big thing for me, and I know for a lot of people. And this is something that before I got into the industry, I didn't realize how much damage I was doing to my own hair just with the tools I was using. But it was because I wasn't using product to help protect my hair from some of those tools.
That's so true. And I mean, really, in today's world, there aren't, well, let's say pre-pandemic, there certainly weren't very many of us with not color treated hair or not, using heat tools in some way, at least one or the other. And so when you create a brand, thinking about what is really applicable to today's user of these products, and it is a salon supported brand. And so it makes a lot of sense that every single product in the whole entire line is this color last system and heat protection system. And those are the three things. The color repair, preserve, and protect is what we all really need. So that's really cool that every product works together to maintain that desired result, right?
Yeah, definitely. And it also protects from the UVA, UVB rays, which is something that we even would get during the pandemic of going outside. So there's the free radicals, there's a lot of stuff that it does protect from, which is amazing. And it's things that we don't think about, which I love.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about the other clean aspects of it. It is quite a list. I have a whole list here because beyond what we track here at Beauty Care Choices, it's fragrance-free, gluten-free, cruelty-free, paraben-free, sulfate-free, vegan since day one, biodegradable, but it's also salt-free, phthalate-free, mineral oil-free, keratin-free, which is interesting, formaldehyde-free, coal tar-free. A lot of things that he is free of known carcinogens, which is helpful, and upcycled, recycled packaging, which I love that too. All the brands that I'm wanting to use and grow with are thinking ahead on what our footprint is on the planet and for the generations behind us. So anything more that we should add on the clean aspects of this brand?
Oh gosh, I think you hit every single one of them. I'm looking at my list, and I think you've hit every one. We also do not test on animals, and that's a big one for us as well. So we are cruelty-free.
Cruelty-free is so important for us. Let's say hi to Allison, Emily, Karen, David, Michelle. Thank you guys all for joining us. Anybody who's joining us, tell us where you're joining us from. I love knowing where people are coming from. And if you have any questions, we've got the expert here, Kari, Graziose, from Regional Sales Director from ColorProof, the Color Care Authority, because all their brands are about heat protection and color care lasting, their color last system. So one of the top products I really wanted to get to, and we're going to start the show off with it right away, is kind of a new launch, the Super Sheer, their new hypoallergenic product. And I wanted to start with this because we don't have a lot of products claiming to be hypoallergenic. What does that mean?
You know, that's interesting that you ask, because, one of the things that I noticed when I moved from California to, I now live in Texas, I've lived here for about 3.5 years, is this thing called allergies. I never had them before. And so, experiencing that really has caused me to kind of change my life. My husband, he's changed his life, our kids, everything. So this product is perfect for those who are sensitive. Maybe they have a sensitive scalp, they get easily irritated. It has no perfume, no fragrances. So that is an added feature to this as well. But also it's free of everything and then more. I mean, we're talking natural ingredients. And I love the story behind this, because how this came about was Jim's wife, Cheryl, has a friend who had cancer. She was going through chemo. At the end of her chemo, she was trying to find a product that she could use when her hair started growing back that didn't irritate her scalp, didn't, really cause any problems or pain, because it was very painful for her.
I've heard that through chemo treatments, you become extremely sensitive, and a lot of products just burn on your skin. And that's interesting. I have heard that before.
Yeah, it really it changes your whole, I mean, just
pH,
everything.
Yeah.
Everything. It's a lot. So what happened was Cheryl went to Jim and said, "Hey, what can we do?" And he went to the lab and he said, "Okay, I've got this situation. What can we take out of it that's going to cause it not to be a reaction, not to cause pain? What can we do?" And so they created this hyperallergenic formula. Now, this is amazing. It's just a shampoo and conditioner, very easy system, but we also still have our Color Last formula in it. So you still get the color protection, you still get the heat protection. So, and it's for those who, like we call them, ingredient junkies, people who really, really like ingredients.
I actually want to say the tagline on the marketing for this, because it's so awesome. For the clean freaks, the sensitive, and the savvy. I love that. That's what my show should be called. Clean freaks, right? Sensitive, and savvy, because that's so me. And that's really, I mean, you can't get any more on point than that. We are clean freaks. We do want to know more about the ingredients that we have. We are sensitive. We're all having different allergies, but sensitive meaning we all have different sensitivities. There's not one thing that you can say, okay, it's sulfate-free. Okay, it's paraben-free. Okay, it's gluten-free. Okay, it's like there's so many that we don't even think of. Sometimes it's lavender. Sometimes it's, it can be your essential oils, or anything like that can be allergy causing. And so they've taken all of these allergy possible irritants and taken it out and still created a performing shampoo. So that's crazy. Now, why, it says, I know I get hypoallergenic and fragrance free. Why silicone free?
Well, there are some, we use a natural silicone.
Okay.
And versus, so when you talk about silicone free, and the reason why we do that is it's an alternative to silicone. And so the great thing about it that I like is it's derived from sea algae. And I was like, sea algae? I never knew that before, which is awesome. So another thing I love about the industry. You learn something new every day.
Well, you think of silicone, I always think of kind of like a rubbery, like a coating type substance. And so you get, okay, well, I can get why silicone might, a form of silicone might be in a shampoo or conditioner as the cuticle smoothing. But how cool that they found somewhat of an alternative that reacts in that same type of smoothing way. And if you think of sea algae, it is kind of that silky, kind of rubbery, like same image, I think.
Well, and the thing to think about too is that sea algae, it's underneath the water, so it's getting the reflection not only from the sun, but when the sun hits the water, it actually increases the reflection going into the water. So it also helps with controlling frizz, shine. It gives you that beautiful shine, and more of a reflective natural shine, which is great. So it helps with detangling, it helps with smoothing, and like you said, it helps to moisturize.
And it's still protecting your color, protecting your hair from heat, and doing all of the repairing that we get from any type of salon treatment. So we want to always as we talk about brand segments, who is this perfect for? And we've kind of said it, the clean freaks, the sensitive, and the savvy. But really in a real sense, this was created by Jim Markham for a friend who was recovering from chemo treatments. So who else? What else is this product perfect for?
Well, the one thing that I think about is children too. It's a great product for them. And it's a great product for stylists, because I know some stylists, when you do use a lot of chemicals, you do your color services, not everybody uses gloves. Your hands tend to get cracked and irritated. And this is a great shampoo and conditioner to use at your back bowl, so that you don't have that irritation. I mean, it's one less thing that you have to worry about when you're going through your services and trying to, help your clients have the best experience ever.
Yeah, not many other people shampoo 10 times a day.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's a great point. Anyone that's having to shampoo often, this would also be a great product. I would think also a great product for men tend to shampoo. I know some guys who are gym buffs or, just work outside a lot or whatever, do a lot of shampooing as well. So somebody that's shampooing often, this would be a great product as well. How cool. Something hypoallergenic. Go ColorProof. That's really cool. So on top of the Super Sheer, we also have Super Rich, and that is our traditional moisturizing shampoo. What makes this kind of stand apart from traditional moisturizing shampoos?
So with Super Rich, this is one of my favorites, I'll have to say. I absolutely love it because I love the way that it smells. It's a natural smell, but I love it. It has that very kind of sensorial smell, and when you're in the shower, it's just so relaxing and nice. But Super Rich is really for the natural to dry hair. That's the category that it's been identified for. So it has 320% greater hair strength, and it helps to reduce any breakage of the hair, which is also important. Some of the main ingredients is that we have highly concentrated blend of botanicals that are infused into this product, and then we also have as you can see on the screen, our Deep Quench, which is it's our treatment that we use, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing. So you get a lot of moisturizing factors out of this. You got a lot of nourishment, but you also get the Advanced Last. So you get the color protection, you get the heat protection, and it helps from reducing the chance of any breakage of the hair. The other thing that I like about ColorProof is that with the Advanced Last system, we use a botanical infused blends of like rosemary, geranium, and sage, but we also use a blend of corn. And what we do with that is it provides a gentle cleansing. Now, what I mean by that is it doesn't strip and it doesn't damage. I mean, it really is amazing. And this is what helps our formulas to be twice concentrated. So you really don't need to use a lot of product.
Your shampoos and conditioners are all very concentrated. Very concentrated.
Yes. And the great thing about that is, so for one bottle, you can get 68 washes. Is what we've tested on, 68 washes out of it. But also, I have long, thick hair, and I only use the amount of that logo. So see the little tree on that bottle or that can? So I use, that much.
Wow.
That much is how much I use. Because when you use this product, especially the shampoo, and you start to put it in your hands before you put it on your hair, it will start to lather like crazy. And if you use a lot of it, you're going to get a lot of lather, and it's going to take a while to get it out of your hair.
And you really just end up rinsing it down the drain. So it's really, how perfect is that? They tell you, this is how much you use. That's not very much, for sure.
No. And it's, people are like, are you sure, Kari? I'm like, absolutely. Just try it. Believe me, it is exactly how much you need. So the great thing is that helps you to be able to save water in a way, because you're not in the shower as long. I don't take a long shower anymore like I used to.
Right.
And, it's also helping because you're not using as much product. So your bottle will last you a lot longer, which is great, because everyone likes to, save a buck here and there. And that's one way to do it.
Absolutely. I've learned something too, having long hair, and you have long hair as well. a lot of times people with long hair don't rinse long enough. And I found this out with my own daughter who was having perpetual breakouts on her back. And it came actually from not rinsing the hair enough, as well as, trying to just rinse the back after the hair or whatever. But that's what I think is the biggest thing, is we end up putting so much product in our hair, it takes so long to rinse it all back out as well. And leaving that residual on your hair or your body is not good as well. So that's a good point. So for the super rich, that is moisture and some strength. And so who is this best for? Probably us girls, right? The blondes. That's why it's our favorite.
Yes. It's actually good for, really anyone. But we categorize it for normal to dry hair because it really is causing that superior moisture. So you really need to have that in your hair to have healthy, beautiful hair. And if your hair tends to be a little bit dry, maybe because of, some of the things that you're going through, environment, some hormonal things like that. Chemicals, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, all kinds of things that could happen. This is a product for you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Great. So super sheer we covered, hypoallergenic, super rich, moisturizing for normal to dry hair. And then we have super plump. How about super plump? I love a good volume shampoo, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah, this really is a volumizing shampoo. It's amazing. I am not one to really like too much volume, but I had to try it to figure out, is this really a volume shampoo? Oh my gosh. It was like, I came out of the shower after blow drying and my husband was like, wow, where are you going?
You're looking fluffy today, Kari.
Right?
Are you going back to the 80s? Hey, the 80s are coming back to us. We know this.
Well, it's really good for, individuals, again, who have normal but thinner hair, I would say. Not so much if you have, thicker hair. If your ponytails are like mine, my ponytails are like about this big. But if you have a little bit of thinner hair, this is a great way to get that volume. It's also great for, like I said, if you're going out in the town, you want to get it, an extra boost. This is a great one. There's a lot of products within this line. So, we do have a really great mousse that really helps. And the nice thing I like about it is that it's a very, when it comes out, it's a very airy and light mousse, but boy, will it give you volume. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so, absolutely. And as always, the products are interchangeable between the brands. So if you love your super rich shampoo and conditioner, you can always add in the super plump mousse. Or, you could, vice versa, you can use the super plump if you want, but then once in a while need a super rich mask or something. So everything's interchangeable for your desired needs. And then also if you're using super rich and you just want that night out on the town look, maybe a mousse or a styler in the super plump is more appropriate for you on whatever your daily needs are, right?
Yeah, definitely. And that's the great thing about this. And, with this, it has a provitamin B5 panthenol in it. And then it also has volumizing polymers in it. So I think that's really important to know because that's really where you're getting that extra volume and boost. But again, it does have the advanced color lash system in it. So you do get your color protection, you do get your heat protection. It's really there to help to protect, preserve your hair, which is another good thing as well.
It's interesting. A lot of people kind of sometimes as well get confused with heat damage versus chemical damage. And some of us don't even realize the damage that our heat tools provide to our hair when we aren't using something to protect the shaft from that type of heat. And so that really is something to think about. If you are blow drying and you are curling and you are flat ironing without product on your hair, you are burning. So it's just that's how it is you can't put something on that's 450 degrees or even 350 degrees on natural hair and not cause that damage. So it's so important to be using these products to keep your hair in long-term good condition.
Yes, absolutely.
So from super plump, We are going to go into crazy smooth. So we'll have the super rich, the super plump, crazy smooth. Those are kind of like your kind of big categories. Who's crazy smooth for?
So crazy smooth is for those that are trying to combat frizz. So, you know, a lot of us do, and that's another thing, is when I moved to the South, I never had frizz till I moved down here.
Welcome to humidity, girl. There's nothing like California weather. We got to say that.
Yeah, it was. So you're really looking at those that are frizz prone and that do have that potential to experience frizz. So this really smooths out the cuticle and smooths out the hair, gives you this beautiful, beautiful shine, beautiful result, and it's a very long-lasting formula as well. So it has camellia oil in it. It has I always pronounce this wrong. Aminocin.
Aminocin. Okay.
Tongue twisters. Let's move on. So it has a nutri-rich seaweed in it. So again, we're going back to the ocean. We're using ingredients from there. It has shea butter in it. And a lot of products that are smoothing do have shea butter in it because that really helps to smooth the hair. It gives it a nice shine as well. And then it has soy lipids in it as well. So those are the main ingredients that are in this formula. I absolutely love it. One of the things that I use, because I don't really do a smooth, because I have bone straight hair, so I like to curl it up every once in a while, but I do use the oil and I absolutely love it. I love the way it smells. I really love the way it makes my hair feel. It gives it this beautiful shine that really lasts, you know, a long time. So I love those definitely. And the mask, the treatment is an amazing product as well.
So that makes sense for your regimen because you are needing the moisture being, you know, highlighted in a blonde girl. But then you are living in the South where you have humidity. And so using more of an after shower, what we call a foundation oil product to do your smoothing makes sense because the shampoo itself might be a little too much. So really somebody maybe that has just either unruly kind of wavy hair that you're wanting more of a smooth texture, super thick coarse hair that you just want a little bit smoother texture, right? Who else would be perfect? I don't know that, would you ever see a fine girl in crazy smooth?
Not necessarily. I think that maybe the shampoo and conditioner they could use, I don't think that they would like the oil necessarily. Right. But again, if they're, experiencing frizz, they could benefit from this product. And that's really what we've got to think about is that, anyone who has that issue with any type of a frizz factor, this is going to be a product for you. The one thing about the oil that I have done is, yes, I've used it after I've come out of the shower and before I blow dry, but I've also used it as a spot treatment afterwards. So when I have those little flyaways, I will, use a little bit of oil and then I will use it on the different strands to smooth them down.
Okay, that's a good little tip there, girl. I like that. And so if you have that wavy hair that you either want to go smooth or you want to go curly, we could add the true curls in. So somebody with wavy hair might actually go to the true curls line, right? Or they might decide. So it's kind of like your desired style also dictates your shampoo sometimes.
Yeah, you can alternate. I do that myself. Of course, Super Rich is one of my favorites just because of I love the moisture of it and the fragrance. But I do tend to change. So I'll do maybe a Super Sheer or I'll use the Baobab Heal and Repair. So, you can change up what you use. You don't have to use the same thing every single time because your hair changes throughout the year and it changes throughout your life. I mean, my hair is not the same as when I was a kid or when I was a teenager. It is totally different. And I thank my children for that. But Um,
Hormones, the environment, you've changed where you're living. And that is so true. Like, people get stuck on kind of, I've always used this shampoo. They've changed the formula. It no longer works for me. It's like, no, you've changed your climate, or no, your hormones have changed, or your hairstyle has changed. If you're no longer highlighting, you might not need as much super rich. Maybe now you need more of something else with your what you're currently doing to your hair. So it is always interesting, as you change, your environment changes, your style changes, you do need to always think about refreshing your products in your shower as well. So let's talk about True Curls. Curls, a good curl shampoo. Curly girls get so stuck on their shampoo, and I have heard amazing things about your True Curls shampoo.
Yeah, it is pretty phenomenal. We have a regional manager out on the West Coast, and his name is Bob Markham. He's actually Jim Markham's son, and he has really curly hair. He loves this product, loves it. And when I first met him and I started talking to him about it, I was like, okay, Bob, I mean, I've heard of, curl shampoo, curl products, but what's so great about it? He's like, Kari, this product is so amazing. It not only causes my hair to be soft, but it also defines my curls. So if I want them to be more defined and really show, I can use this product, I can use the oil, and I can really style my hair that way. If I want my curls to not be so defined and just kind of lay and naturally slick back, I can still use True Curl, and it will help with doing that. So he loves this product, and it's amazing when he talks about it, because his passion behind it. And if you are a curly person, you can understand. I mean, my niece is a natural curly girl, and she's got this beautiful blonde curly hair, and she comes to me and she's like, Aunt Kari, help me. I don't know what to do with this thing. And I'm telling you, this really, it calmed her curl and her frizz down so that we were able to really define her curl pattern. And she's got like 3 different curl patterns in her hair.
Wow.
But it went from this to just really nicely laying down in a beautiful natural curl pattern. It's gorgeous. I wish I had a picture. I should have brought one for you.
The before and afters, yes. Well, send them on over. We'll do it on the next show that we do. But yes, the curls, people who need curly hair products and need them formulated for curly girls or curly hair people. Yeah. We're having a question come in. Is the anti-frizz oil or the True Curl Frizz oil heavier?
That's a really great question. When I look at them, it's not that heavy, no. And you really got to think about the amount that you use, because even with the oil, you don't need to use a lot to get really good results. It's just like with anything in the ColorProof systems, we don't use a lot of product to get our results. So I would say no, it's not heavy.
I think what the question is, Kari, is which one. So there's the oil in the Crazy Smooth, the anti-frizz, and then there's the oil in the True Curls. Which of those 2 products would be more of a thicker oil?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that's cool. And that was still a great tip. We don't use a lot because oil goes a long way on either of them.
Yeah, I would say that the True Curl is a little bit heavier.
That's what I was going to say too.
Yeah, and it's really because of what it's designed for. I mean, when you're dealing with the smooth versus dealing with the curl, curly hair tends to be a little bit more
moisture starved.
Yes.
I feel like curly hair just sucks up all types of products. And so the curl products in general are typically a little more rich.
Yes. That's a good way to put it. It's a very rich product.
Yeah, and so it's going to give you all of the shine factors, because also just how the cuticle is formed and how it deflects light. Curly haired people have a hard time seeing that shine in their hair as well. And that's what I think these True Curls products do so amazing, is on top of defining the curl patterns and replenishing the moisture, they add such a great shine into the hair. And it just makes sense that Jim had his own son to formulate for. He had his own working model here to test on.
Yes.
So the brilliance of that's probably, it makes so much sense how he could come up with such an amazing curl product. Within a whole line, rarely do you see such great subcategories, but it makes sense that he's found the perfect person to formulate for. So good job, Jim. So we mentioned really quickly too, this is a great story, the Baobab products, the heal and repair. Tell us the story of the Baobab tree. I like that story.
So yes, so the Baobab is, it looks like a nut, and inside it has fruit in it. And this tree is in Africa. So Jim and Cheryl took a trip to Africa, and they discovered this beautiful tree. And the tribe was telling them all about this tree, and it's called the Tree of Life. And so on this, they have, like I said, it looks like a nut. And when they open it up, it's a beautiful fruit inside. Now this fruit is jam-packed with nutrition. It has lots of antioxidants in it. And they use this fruit for several things within that tribe. So what ColorProof has decided to do is to do a co-op with the women of this tribe, and being able to harvest the fruit, being able to cold press the fruit and prepare it so that we can use it in our formulas. So we are helping them with their tribe in doing this co-op, which I think is absolutely beautiful and amazing.
That is so amazing, to give them an opportunity to make a living off of their natural resources and be able to use them in a way is healing. What a great co-op.
Yeah, it was such a great story. I'm like, this is amazing. And the great thing about it is I use the product. This is another one of my favorites, is the Baobab Heal and Repair. This is a wow factor. Okay, you really want to give your clients a wow, you have them use this. I sampled a couple of my friends and family, and some of my friends are stylists. And I said, you're the perfect person. I want you to try this. Tell me all about it. After just the first wash, I got text messages. And one of my friends on it, the text message literally said, wow, 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 call me.
Oh my gosh.
Like, okay.
That's great.
So I called her, and she's like, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. She said, I went to lunch, and the person that I went to lunch with made the comment, did you just get your hair done? Your color is beautiful. And she's like, no, it's been weeks. And so she realized that what it was doing was, it not only was healing and repairing her hair, but it was also revitalizing her color. And so she just fell in love with this product, and yeah, she uses it all the time now.
So much of healthy hair color is the health of your hair and the shaft of your hair. And so and it's also how light reflects off of your hair. And when you have a healthy cuticle of your hair, the light reflects so beautifully and you see that shine. And so it's the healing and repair that makes so much sense, that it actually brought a vibrance to her hair because it's the reflection off of that healthy cuticle. That's awesome. Good tip there. Baobab. It's kind of a little hard to say. We're like, Baobab.
I know.
Another tongue twister for us today. Well, we also have, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is for damaged hair, but really anyone can use it, because I don't think that people understand the damage that their hair can have. It can sometimes not be very visible, like you said. But I just wanted to give these clinical studies because I think that this is just amazing. So it has 510% greater damage recovery. It has 375% greater strength, 350% greater smoothness, and 190% greater elasticity. So that really speaks to that heal and repair in this product.
This is a complete restructure. Like, you want the full hair, like the facelift. This is the full hair lift, right?
Love it.
Let's just once a month, let's all do a heal and repair and just like kind of reset the whole canvas, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, it makes sense. The little swatches, I love what Tobin did with the graphic here. How he and Allie put together this picture, this visual of before and after. On my side is kind of how the cuticle looks before the shampoo, and on Kari's side is how the same cuticle looks after the shampoo. And you can almost see how that color just on your side really pops and reflects, where mine kind of looks a little heavy and cloudy because you have those pockets of unhealthy bonds there that haven't been smoothed down. So that's a great visual of the before and after, and why a friend would call and say, wow, I need that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, we also have, so we've went through our super sheer, our super rich, our crazy smooth, we've gone through most of the shampoo lines. We do also have the treatment line of the BioRepair 8 for those who are thinning, losing the hair. They also have this great kind of right in the center, that little scalp brush that you can go in and do the treatments. And so maybe the next time you come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the BioRepair. And then we also have a complete styling line, including also finishing products that we also need to have you back to talk about, because the performance value and how all of these will work in the salon and the different styles we can create, we're going to have you back.
Yes, because I can even do demos on showing how it's done. So it's pretty amazing, some of those styling products.
So it is a full performance brand. You need hairspray, you need oils, you need smoothers, you need mousses, anything you need. ColorProof has that product in their brand. So we will get back to you. Remember, all of our customer service agents are also licensed stylists. So if you have questions, feel free to call also our 800 number. So Kari, I am so impressed with you. You and I have just kind of started talking and building this rapport for the show. And in this rapport building process, I learned something super cool that you're doing for not only our hair community, who's really been hit a lot in this pandemic, but just kind of for our neighbors, for our friends and family that are really struggling right now. To keep ourselves in the right frame of mind. Can you talk about Positive Talk with Kari? I want to hear about your project. Tell everybody how cool this is.
Oh, thank you. Yes, this is something that I've actually wanted to do for a long time. And with this whole pandemic and with the climate that we are in politically right now, just really everything in regards to 2020, it was really heavy on my heart. And I was talking with my national sales manager about it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. So I'm going to take some time in the morning and I'm going to do this, because I really think that everybody needs to have a little bit of positivity in their life every morning. So I started doing this live Facebook post and just talking about positive things that are going on. I wake up every morning and I think of 3 things that I'm thankful for. Every night before I go to bed, I think of 1 thing that I'm thankful for. It helps me to have better dreams. And then that evolved into really picking topics that were important. So picking topics like change, how to work with change, how to work with fear and being scared, how to work with uncertainty, how to, work with relationships, especially during a lot of the lockdowns that we've experienced and having to be so close to our loved ones all the time, 24/7. Mm-hmm. So
I was just reading an article on that we all are experiencing some sort of intangible loss. And sometimes the losses are intangible, but they were relating it almost to somebody who, a missing person. Knocked my products over. So where you don't really have closure because this loss is just kind of unending. It's not that you're actually fully grieving, but you're actually not sure where you're at in it, because this missing person could possibly still be alive, or they could possibly not. And how do you deal with that? And so that's what they liken the pandemic and the 2020 grieving to, is this loss without closure kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's really interesting because I noticed when I started talking to people about how they're feeling and what they're going through, a lot of it was, I'm experiencing some emotions and feelings I've never experienced before, and I don't know what to do with it. Mm-hmm. And so that was another thing that I, talked about, is being able to accept those feelings. This is something that you need to go through. Yeah. And so, but don't dwell in it. Don't stay there if it's a negative feeling. Let's try to figure out how we can make a positive out of it so that we can move on. But don't block those feelings.
Yeah.
So these are topics that I felt were really important. The one that I am going to be speaking about on Monday is about worthiness, and talks about how each of us are worthy. Each of us has a place on this earth for a reason, and we are worthy, and we need to feel that worthiness. We need to be proud of who we are, and we need to realize that there's a purpose. So that will be the subject on Monday, and I look forward to having everyone join, because it's going to be interesting to be able to really dive into it and talk about all the aspects of it, because I don't think people realize how much there is to talk about worthiness. And
we are all worthy and valuable in every way, whether you're working, you're not working, you're at home teaching your kids, or you're in the boardroom leading your team, or you're out traveling with a salon, or you're on a live video with Beauty Care Choices. Wherever you're at, that's not creating the value that's already inherent in you. And I can't wait to see that. So Allie has linked in the comments below your show on worthiness coming up on Monday. This is a Facebook Live and Instagram Live, correct?
Yes, and then I do also I've started doing it on YouTube as well.
And then it's 10 Eastern, 10 Central Time, 8 Pacific Time, correct?
That's
every morning.
Correct. Yep. So
you guys think of this commitment. I have a hard time committing to every Friday going live and preparing. The commitment that Kari is giving back to us. And it obviously is going to do something for yourself, because forcing yourself to get in this frame of mind every morning is probably really healing and growing for you as well.
The great thing about this is that it's been a huge experience for me. It's been a very self-reflecting experience, which can be scary sometimes, but it's caused me to get into this routine, because I do this Monday through Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, I leave to, full time with my husband and being able to be with him. But what I do is every morning, like I said, I get up, I'll do my deep breathing, which is a big thing. And if you don't do it, you should, because it really helps to kind of clear your mind, refresh you for the day. I think of 3 things that I'm thankful for. I take time and really think about that. And then I do a little bit of stretching and yoga. I started getting into meditation as well. And believe me, Jennifer, when I first heard about meditation, I was like, oh, okay, meditation. Yeah, I got to concentrate. Yeah, I'm a natural salesperson. I got to be going. I can't sit there and do nothing.
What the heck is sitting still and doing nothing going to do for me? Time is money.
But once I started doing it and really dedicating my time, and it doesn't take that long. I mean, I take, 5 minutes, and then I do 10 minutes sometimes.
If you can meditate for 5 minutes, like really focus on clearing your mind for 5 minutes, most people can't. And that sounds simple, but truly most people cannot sit still for 5 minutes. That's crazy.
Yeah, we all have that squirrel factor where it's like, oh, things are, going on in your head. But once I learned how to do it, I realized how it really caused this internal peace and calmness. So now it's just something that I do, and I speak about it all the time.
And it's the domino effect of it's making you grow even more, because you're going to start off, you said, when I first started this, it was all I could do to think of one positive thing every morning. And now I'm up to 3 positive things every morning. I mean, that's a mind change and a mind frame change that is going to set your day on a better route.
And what happens with it also is that it helps you throughout your day. So if you come across any situation, you start to train your brain and your mind to start thinking more positively. So if anything approaches you, stress or anything like that, you just take a deep breath, take a physical step back, maybe walk away for a few minutes, collect your thoughts, come back, and then respond. And what it does is it helps you to be able to not do those quick responses where you're going, oops, what did I just say? It helps you to really think about what you are going to say before you say it. And then it becomes more of a constructive, more a purposeful speech. So it's been very enlightening to go through this process, and I've enjoyed it very much. And I really want others to experience it because I think that, in this world, it just takes one person at a time to be able to make a change.
Yeah.
And that
and
person,
you're doing it.
I'm trying.
You're doing it, girl. Join Kari for Positive Talk with Kari on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, 8 a.m. Pacific time or 10 p.m. Central time. Kari, I think it's amazing what you're doing. Keep going, girl. The negative things in this world are so easy to come by. The positive things are small gems these days, and I am just counting you as one of those gems that I applaud you for trying to do your part to help us all stay in a good frame of mind and keep going. So my heart is out to you. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing all your knowledge about ColorProof.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was so great talking with you, and you were such a joy.
Oh,
so
I appreciate that. Well, we'll have you back soon when we do some demos and some lives going on. So we'll be in touch. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Thanks.
Enjoy
you too.
that hubby.
Yes. Bye now.
Bye. Well, that was a great show with Kari at ColorProof. If you are looking for a hypoallergenic shampoo and conditioner, ColorProof is your go-to. It is one of the few brands that we have known that are tackling this subject of sensitivity for the savvy. And remember, if you have any questions about your products that you use, the people who answer our phones here at Beauty Care Choices are licensed stylists, and they are on the phones all day long. So feel free to call us with your questions, and have a great weekend. Bye for now.